Hi, Radiónica audience. I'm Apichatpong Weerasethakul, the director of Memoria. It's a pleasure to be talking to you. For me, as an outsider, I could talk so much, right, about violence. I mean, I cannot penetrate into the reality of Colombia, So for me, the film is very personal. It's just my impression or my hearing, that the echo that I could hear, that's all. In Thailand is violent, but not the kind of violence. In Colombia is real big physical and life violence is different. And for me is, in the end, is about this shared feelings, that I have, just basic words, suffering, happiness, hope, and grief, all this combination. And I try to work with the team and work with Tilda, really, to find this spirit of this woman. And that's why we shot the film in order, in chronologically, just trying to see and to find the rhythm of this film. I believe in science, and I believe in connecting through location and how we move. That's why I love caves and to go deep in the earth, to aware that we are just layers of bones and all these things that we will be part of in the future. Us, you and me, will be, I don't know, maybe I go first, but it's something that it make us aware of this transformation and the source of violence. Maybe that we're not aware that we are one. That's why we fight each other, but in fact we're the same family. And I think in Memoria is that, it's about negotiation with nature and about also with human awareness of this, this ancestor.
This is probably 6,000 years old. Oh.
I think it's because they are operating differently from my generation. I'm 51 years old, and my generation was taught to obey and to submit, and really under the spell of propaganda. But for new generation, is different, wired there in the brain, and in turn, they just speak what they feel, and in turn they inspire us, me, to say, yeah, no, you don't have to be silent. You can speak out. And now it's about communication with the one who can make a difference, and who have to serve us, in the government. And in Thailand, they use bullets, but they use rubber bullets, and they use a tear gas, and it's horrible. They don't open a platform for talking. And for here, I feel they use real bullet, right? And it's terrible. And I don't know how they're gonna understand that they have to serve the people, And so I just dreaming of a platform where how this voice can be made. Okay, what do you want? And this is what I can do. This just simple. Just cut the crap out of all this protocol. For me, if you asked me 2-3 years ago, I would say, oh, it's hopeless, But now, for the young people, I think the hope is start to rise in me, because I can see really now that they break the taboo in Thailand. Because before we couldn't talk about monarchy, we couldn't talk about the soldier, violence and the past killings. And for here, I was in Tetulia Museum in Cali, and at that time I was lucky to see the exhibition of this photojournalist, he has a lot of black and white photos around, and he show a lot of, killings and funeral or just living, in Colombia in decades, and I feel, wow, we cannot do it in Thailand, to accept that and to see this visual record. And in the last room, they have the numbers of how many people killed and who killed and all this. And for me, it's a big progress, that I mean, the public institution can do that. It's more advanced than in Thailand. And believe me, we cannot do that in Thailand. And of course, there's a different way that, okay, what about memory? How to manage memory? But for me, in this day and age, we just don't have to manage. We have social media, we have all these things. It's about the more voice, the better. That's all. I think that's the point of Más Arte Más Acción to take me there. And I actually wrote quite a big chunks of script of Memoria there. And I just feel like a bubble because it was so beautiful, and we enjoyed just walking and visiting places, communities. But like you say, it's a violent, place that, can be violent. And the issue of drug trafficking still around. But I didn't experience it. So it feels like a bubble. It's like in Bogota, there's certain part you shouldn't be there, but so all of us in our bubble, But to aware what's outside is really important. So Choco had taught me that, and so I think it's also the basis of Memoria, that we all have our own issues that we try to connect, with others. I'm a sound freak. From the beginning, I was into sound design in movies, and working in experimental film, 16 millimeter. There's only stereo, And then 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I was starting to work in Thailand. There's only 35, and then have to work in Dolby, So all this technology that I have to learn, and together with my sound man, what can it do, for emotion and how you feel, during it's almost as important as image. So I start with that, and I was also carrying always my little sound recorder. And the thing is, then I stopped listening to music. I have no interest in listening to songs or anything. I start to listen to sound like ambience and birds, and I felt that partly it helped me ground to the world, and it's a kind of meditation. So I try to introduce this idea into the film, and I think that the film, when you experience sound in the theater, especially like Memoria, is something that open enough that you have your own interpretation through sound. So this person will see the film differently, me will see the film differently. So I think that's the magic of sound that I try to achieve in this film. Yeah. When you introduce silence into the film, you aware of the sound. You're aware of the preciousness of sound, and I think in the film, that's what I and my designer prepared. All this up and down of level, that to make you really acute to hear. Yeah.